The hype surrounding those multi-million-dollar rosters is gone. A wave of 18-player absences has derailed the preseason before the first ball has been bowled. On auction day, franchises drafted their ideal squads, but the starting 11s available for Week 1 look very different, with significant vacancies where the premium picks were supposed to be. Across the league, 18 players are missing, spanning pace bowlers, spinners, batters, and all-rounders. This isn't random bad luck, it's a concentrated injury cluster. The pace bowler category is most affected. Casualties here far exceed losses in every other role combined. Losing this many fast bowlers simultaneously compromises the defensive structures of nearly every franchise, leaving their early season plans in a state of flux. Draft strategies and betting models built on auction day rosters no longer match the reality of the opening week. Relying on those original projections without accounting for these vacancies will cost you your early matchups. This forces both franchises and fantasy managers into a difficult choice: turn to untested domestic bench players, or play international stars out of their natural positions to cover the gaps. You can exploit this instability in two ways. As a fantasy manager, you hunt for cheap, high-ceiling domestic replacements. As a predictive analyst, you look for heavyweights forced to play with a weakened hand and bet against them. The most exploitable gaps are in the power play and the death overs. Identifying which teams lack the specialists to bowl these high-pressure phases will provide immediate returns during the first 3 weeks. Success in the early season requires a willingness to short historically dominant teams that are currently missing their primary strike bowlers. Kolkata Knight Riders face the highest degree of structural risk. They are entering the season missing the core of their domestic pace attack. To evaluate the damage, we use an impact versus duration quadrant chart. We weigh how long a player is sidelined against how much their absence alters the team's balance. Kolkata is managing dual long-term losses. Akashdeep is out with a lower back stress injury, and Harshit Rana will miss the entire season. With these compound, season-long injuries, KKR sits in the highest risk zone on our matrix. Their situation is further complicated by Mathisha Pathirana. A calf strain means their primary death over specialist is unavailable until mid-April. While this crisis might push a cheap domestic bowler into a starting role, the resulting run leakage in the power play and death overs will be difficult for the team to contain. Kolkata will spend the first 3 weeks testing depth players in high-pressure roles. Drafting top-order batters scheduled to face this experimental attack will yield high, predictable returns. We also see a significant overseas pace strain affecting the rosters of Hyderabad, Delhi, and Bangalore. Pat Cummins will miss Hyderabad's opening matches due to a back injury. In Delhi, workload management requirements will delay Mitchell Stark's entry into the tournament. Bangalore will also be without Josh Hazlewood for their early rotation, as he recovers from hamstring and heel issues. These 3 teams land here on our chart. Their players will return relatively soon, but the immediate impact on their bowling quality is severe. Losing these frontline bowlers allows teams to use that overseas slot on an extra batter, but it leaves them without the specialists needed to take early wickets with the new ball. Predictive analysts should be wary of high-scoring totals from Hyderabad and Delhi. Those batting performances often fail to compensate for a team's inability to take wickets in the first 6 overs. The Lucknow Supergiants are also facing depth issues. What was once a stable bowling unit is now dealing with several short-term absences. Wanindu Hasaranga and Mayank Yadav are sidelined with strains. When you add Mohsin Khan's uncertain knee status, their middle-over options are limited. This creates an opportunity for Lucknow's backup spinners to get playing time, but it removes the middle-over control the team usually relies on. Beyond these temporary shifts, there are full-season write-offs that require immediate roster changes. Sam Curran and Adam Milne are out for Rajasthan, and Chennai will be without Nathan Ellis for the entire 2026 tournament. These players must be removed from your draft boards entirely. Stashing a player who will miss the full season provides no tactical advantage. Rajasthan and Chennai must now redesign their death bowling plans. Fantasy players should actively look for the domestic or overseas players stepping into these permanent roles. Turning these insights into a winning draft day strategy requires a specific, calculated protocol for early season roster management. This scorecard summarizes the market actions you should take during the first month of the season. Under Avoid, fade Hyderabad and Delhi in early matchups. Their inability to defend totals makes them unreliable during the opening weeks. For Buy, prioritize top-order batters facing Kolkata and Lucknow. They can best capitalize on those depleted bowling rotations. In the hold column, stash assets like Patharana and Hazelwood. They become critical in late April, but you must manage your bench effectively until they return. With 18 key players unavailable, any franchise with a fully intact, healthy domestic pace attack possesses a significant, measurable advantage over the field. Drafting based on last year's statistics is a mistake. The current injury list has redrawn the league's power dynamics. You will not win the early weeks of IPL 2026 by trusting historical reputations. You win by identifying the structural voids in those teams and exploiting them.